What's going on, everybody? I appreciate all of you hanging out, waiting on the stream to start. For those who are catching that replay, though, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, turn on all notifications. So hopefully YouTube will notify you and you can know next time and take part in the live chat. That'd be great, right? So finally opened the package from Miss Heather. Shout out to Miss Heather if you're in the Jacksonville area after the storm, because Jacksonville is going to get some pretty good rain on the back end of this ridiculous, historical, coincidental storm. And that's all I'll say. Coincidence. They never form in the Gulf like that and immediately turn into a category 5 that goes off the charts and head directly east. I'm not going to go there. Take with that what you will. Anyways, finally opened that package. Miss Heather's such a sweetheart. First and foremost, she sent me a black metal Creed cap. Why, you may ask? Because when I opened my original vetiver, I was like, it just looks so much better with the black cap. I wish they wouldn't have switched to the silver caps. I'll be damned if she didn't send me a black cap. So shout out to Miss Heather. That's awesome of her, right? So having an opportunity to try Superleggera. Finally, we're starting with that one. Let me just put that there. We have Black Lacquer from Tom Ford that she sent my way as well. And then three of the four new Montblanc signature line stuff. So we've got those three. So shout outs to Miss Heather. Hooking it up with random packages from time to time. She's a real one, I guess would be the best way to put that. Scent of the day, Intense Cedrat Boisé. Finally got around to spraying. I got 4 sprays on. Literally just had the wife hugging on me and said, "You smell really strong." Not that I smell good, that I smell really strong. I didn't get her to elaborate further. I know she likes Cedrat Boisé, so it's just a more intense one. She loves Cedrat Boisé. It's just not that often. I wear the other one more than this. I just wanted to wear it. No specific reason. My nose isn't really worn out to it because I kept it in the back side of the neck, so it's not like overwhelmingly much. Like when I smell the atomizer, I can smell the profile, no problem. So my nose should be good to go for this sniffing session. So before we get started, prayers go out to everybody in the Tampa area because this is going to be fucking ridiculous. They already took a shit beating from the last hurricane. Now we got some off the charts currently, 180 mile an hour, about to be 185 in the next couple hours, probably going to jump to 190. It's going to slow down before it hits land, but it's the size of the Gulf. This storm's outrageous. Ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I feel so terrible for everybody that's going to be directly impacted because there's people evacuating towards us because we're not going to get it, thankfully. Unless all of a sudden it just shifts, which the way this one's been going, stuff just seems to happen all of the fucking sudden with this one. Just in an hour, something drastic changes with this one. So you never know. But unbelievable. So let's try to provide some entertainment for those that did take off. Like Austin's probably here. He evacuated towards Miami. I know there's a lot of viewers in the middle of Florida that tune into this live stream. So if any of you are here, hopefully I can provide a little bit of an escape for what's going to be disastrous at your home. It's not going to be fucking good. So I feel for y'all. Seriously. It's not going to be fucking good. It sucks. It's terrible. It's never a good thing. It's been a ridiculous hurricane season this year. Florida's been getting the shit beat out of it. And there's another one coming like 10 days later that's going to hit Miami. So, yay, right? So let's get to the chat. There's enough about that. I feel so terrible for everybody. I really do. Mr. Got Plenty, a rare Mr. Got Plenty sighting. Good to see you, sir. John, good to see you, sir. Dylan Blue, I wore that yesterday. Day before yesterday. Yeah, day before. Superleggera. I'm finally getting to try it. We're going to start with that one. Manny, good to see you, sir. Lamar, their best fragrance to date, in my opinion. Speaking of great fragrances, excellent choice, Barry. Absolutely excellent choice. Tobacco Week rolls on for Neil wearing Naxos. Interested to hear your feelings on the Mont Blanc. 2 of them I really like. The other 2, meh. Yeah, I got 3 of the 4. So, which some of them are in stock at for like $88 or whatever at Fragrance Buy. They had all 4 when they first stocked them a couple of weeks ago. And I had a couple people ask me, "Did you grab them?" I was like, "I'd rather try them first." Well, here we go. I'm going to try 3 of them. Good to see you, Kaylin. Ventus Cologne is layering and mixing a hybrid. Hybrids aren't the same because layering, you can choose number of sprays from each fragrance, whereas a hybrid's just balanced and mixed together. It's not technically the same thing as layering. Imagination and Ventus Cologne mix good. I'll take your word for it. Good to see you, sir. And Nike Idlewild, I believe is how you say that. Idlewild? Idlewild? Idlewild. Nike Idlewild. I think I'm saying that right. Never tried it. I'll take your word for it that it's good. Smooth operator, good to see you. Centipede smells like a Ventus. Definitely heavy on the juniper, though. Good stuff. The Lacoste Blanc L1212, the O Intense, my favorite one. Good to see you, Jay. Once Perfumes Explosif. I like the name. Scent of the Evening, Pache de Cartier Parfum. Man, I haven't worn that in such a long time. That's a good fragrance. It's a great fragrance. Good to see you. Don't forget to hit that like button. Let them know. Mercedes-Benz Man Bright. That's a great fragrance. Super bright bergamot. Sweet powdery tonka bean. It's good stuff. Rifakat Adorn. Speaking of good stuff. Heavily cedar-dominant tuxedo is the best way to describe that. My man. Great minds think alike. Scoot on down. Kara, good to see you. Azure Oud from Fragrance World. Both Karas are in the house. Sampling Vanilla Sex, also not feeling the best with ruptured eardrum. Holy shit. But otherwise doing well. Well, that sucks. On a lighter note, what do you think about Vanilla Sex? Clearly, you took my advice on that. What are you thinking about it? To try that one. Dan, not the man. Meme Meek Compound 77. Silver Mountain Water inspiration I picked up at Marshall's. Noted. Coral Fantasy from Valentino. That's a great fragrance. Devin, good to see you, Sir. Vibrato. I mean, that's goated at this point. Michael, good to see you, Sir. Herbal Aquatica. Now we're talking. My favorite version of the Herba Pura profile. It's as the name states. It's herbal from mint, basically. And it's aquatic, mixed with Xerjoff Herba Pura, basically. I'm doing pretty well for the most part. Feeling pretty bad for everybody in the state. Because this is outrageous. Like, about to get pounded by an even worse hurricane than we got 2 weeks ago. And there's a third one coming. Not good. Not good. So much devastation everywhere. It's unbelievable. Just works here in the fall. Can't wait to pull that out. The Parfum. That's the one I'm looking forward to wearing. Appreciate you, sir. YEDP Intense. Good stuff. Good stuff. YEDP. Hell yeah. Smash the like button. Let them know, Adolfo. That's the first two I'm trying. We're going to do the Montblancs together. That'll be the last three. I'm going to do Superleggera, and then I'm going to do the Tom Ford second. So we're 8 minutes in. We got 120 in the house, so we'll hang out a few more minutes, give more people an opportunity to get in here before we start the fragrances. Hit that thumbs up if you don't mind. Luis, good to see you, sir. I'm trying. Xerjoff Renaissance, great fragrance. Wearing Cedrat Boisé, hell yeah. Speaking of great fragrances, that's what I'm talking about. Got the double whammy going on. Yeah, it's gonna be really fucking bad, man. The water's already rising in Tampa. I've seen videos and stuff. Like, it's already come up a couple of feet. Like, streets are flooded and shit. It's up in people's yards. Storm ain't even hit until tomorrow. Storm surge is gonna be up to 15 feet. It's gonna be bad. Bad. I hope it's projected to weaken. I sure hope it does drastically, because it's a historical storm currently. Historical, all-time great, not in a good way. Devastation with the wind. Unbelievable. The eye is 4 miles wide currently. For those of you that are familiar with hurricanes, that's fucking massive. 4 miles. That's huge for the eye wall of a storm. Boss Bottled Absolute. Now we're talking. That is my jam. I love that release. That's one of the best releases of the year. Bergamot by Commodity. Newt, good to see you, sir. Prada Rosa Carbon. Cody always putting that best foot forward that we always talk about. Good to see Chad. Cremo Spice and Black Vanilla. Thoughts and prayers with everyone affected by the hurricane. Yeah, it's about to get really bad tomorrow, guys. Really, really bad. Roy, good to see you, sir. Your favorite person messaged me this morning asking about it. Talked to Atkinson literally every day of the last 5 days, I think, actually. Actively, like, we're planning to go to SummerSlam next year. It's going to be in New Jersey, I believe. He's saving up, wanting to do that. So, and he hit me up about the storm, because it's literally everywhere. Literally in Scotland, they're talking about it on the news. George Atkinson reached out. Is this what I'm fucking hearing going on? 220 kilometers per hour, I think he said. I said, what is that in, because I don't know what kilometers per hour is equivalent is. I said, what is that in non-European fuck language? And he said 185 miles per hour. I said, yeah, that's 185 miles per hour. So shout outs to George Atkinson, the artist formerly known as the Fragrance Apprentice. It was good to see all of you. dealing with my fuckery right now. It's a terrible situation. It really is. I'm lucky. I'm blessed that it's not going to directly affect us, but it doesn't make me feel any better. I'm about to find out. I don't know if it's an excellent choice, but I've heard good things. Hoffman, good to see you. Seraphine Blue, that's an excellent choice. I can say that for sure. So I'm going to skip on down a little bit. We're going to get rolling here in a bit. Gucci Guilty Black 2024. Okay. Flow Man, good to see you, sir. Versace Eros Energy. I'm loving that fragrance. That's great. Saga, always a pleasure to see you. Wearing Delana exclusive from Parfums de Marley. Attack of the Colognes, my main man's in the house. 35 sprays of Nitro Red. I saw your shorts video and I started to do a side-by-side, and I was like, I'm not even going to fucking bother. Because he's preaching to people to make your fragrance last all day. You got to spray a lot. And what do I preach to you guys? Sprays do not determine longevity. Sprays determine the strength of the fragrance. It's just going to be massively strong. It's going to smell like you bathed in it, like 35 sprays he's talking about. One spray lasts just as long as 10 sprays, my man. It does. One spray lasts as long as 100 sprays. It's just going to be really freaking strong. But eventually, they die at the same time. One spray and 100 sprays. They die to a skin scent at the same time. It's just one's way stronger for the first couple of hours. Food for thought. So if you wouldn't have showed up and said nothing, I'd have kept that to my fucking self because I backed off of fucking with you this morning on Instagram about it. I wanted to give you a hard time. Scent of the day is the 5 Zahorov samples I bought. Pour Homme, Seraphine Red and Blue Rosé, and Halfeti Black Rose. You're wearing all 5? I can't say nothing. I'm about to have 6 fragrances on. 5 on my arms and my scent of the day making 6. Newt, let them know, my man. Most Wanted Intense. The EDT or the EDP? The new one or the old one? Because they are different. Nitro Intense from Dumont. I got 2 new Dumont fragrances in the perfume box sent me. I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna start wearing it. I forgot with Axon or something like that. It's 2 of them. One's a blue bottle, one's a blue box, one's a brown box. I don't know shit about them. I'm just gonna open the blue one and wear that tomorrow and start testing. I'm excited. I do like me some Dumont. They put out some badass shit. Boss Bottle, the original, I'm assuming, which you get a soft live stream clap. I love when they get some love. Love when they get some love. Mr. Clark, good to see you, sir. How are you, Sean? Obvious Parfums Un Pistache. Not familiar with it, but I'm assuming pistachio. My main man, Dutch the Bible Thumper. Good to see you, my man. Nitro Pour Homme by Michael Germain. Hell yeah. Good to see you. Noel, biggest prayers to the state of Florida. We got to take care of our planet. Things are getting out of control. I agree. Sidrapoise, Old Faithful. A lot of, between the Intense and the original, a lot of people rocking it today. It's good to see. Just went through category 4, and I can only imagine a cat 5. But right now, it's off the charts beyond what we normally measure for a maximum category. It would technically be a cat 6, which we don't have measurables for. That's its current power. Yeah. That hits land right now, it's fucking ruining everything. It's bulldozing. That's such a, yeah, it's so good, right? I really think it's one of the best releases of the year. Hands down. Not everybody's going to feel that way, but I think the majority will. Shoot some pool in a few minutes. Well, I hope you have a great evening, sir. Wearing Ultra Male. Great choice. Nice and sweet and spicy. We have been. This is going to be 3 bad ones in a row that avoided us. I mean, the last one for Helene, we got some rain. And PCB anyways, and it wasn't shit. One street flooded. Wasn't shit. Turns out I didn't even have to evacuate. We just better safe than sorry. The first one, we didn't even leave. It's sunshine the whole time. And it's going to be sun. We have 0 projection for rain this week. None. No rain. We're literally planning on going to the beach tomorrow. Part of me feels pretty fucking guilty about that, honestly. But Wednesdays when I do stuff with my wife, Wednesdays and Sundays. So we're not going to, since we have the ability to go do our thing, we're still going to. But part of me feels pretty fucking guilty that I'm going to be at the beach in Florida while the shit's hitting like that. No, I do not. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. No, sir, I don't live stream while I'm at the gym. The gym's not for live streaming. I do a little content here and there, but usually it's just strictly on my Instagram for a little reel or something like that. Follow me at ross.jc12. That's my fitness Instagram. That's going to be your best bet for that. Live stream? No. Is it ever going to happen? No. Never. I can tell you, they say never say never. I can tell you right now, I'll never live stream while I'm working out. You know, I've done it once. I've jumped on live streams while I was doing cardio, but it wasn't like mine. And I've done like, I think 2 of me doing cardio a couple years ago, like just bullshit for a little while for like 30 minutes while I was doing cardio. But outside of that, going set to set and stuff, and I'll never do that. Yeah, that was for the last storm. Man, I'm sorry to hear that, Gary. Oud Satin Mood, bit chilly in my country. Well, that's a great fragrance. Ralph's Club Elixir, speaking of great fragrances. So we're 16 minutes in. We got 150 in the chat. We'll go ahead and get started. I'm just sickened talking about this storm anyway. So good to see you. Montblanc Legend EDP, definitely a good one. What Blueberry Aquatic, man. It's good stuff. So I'm trying to get to the bottom so we can get going. Took your advice and bought Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé, and man, my old lady couldn't keep her hands and lips off me. Thank you, sir. Well, King smell good. It sounds like you were smelling good. It is kind of how I call Invictus Parfum the highlight reel of the line. Reserve Privé is kind of like that because it encompasses what's in Boisé, what's in EDP, plus it adds some booze. It's the one. It's definitely the one. We like vanilla sex. Smells better on skin than on paper. Yes, for sure. Tobacco Vanille is my favorite of the line. That's a lot of people. A lot of people feel that way. So I'm going to skip on down, guys. I apologize. Yeah, man. It's wild. It just regained strength. I'm not surprised it was 185 miles an hour when I was literally a couple minutes before we went live looking up. I won't be shocked if it hits 200 miles per hour in the next 6 hours. It's crazy. Yeah. Well, it's much more woodsy, like way more. It's similar level of vanilla, but you remove the leather. So Valentino 11 Intense is all about leather, and so especially newer, the 2021 to newer batch, nutmeg and leather are prominent. You don't have either of those in Society Extreme. If there is nutmeg, it's not the dominant spice. There's a little bit of spice. But same level of waxiness from the iris, but loads of different woody nuances, a lot of woods, which is what the original Society was about. So some redundancy, sure. Over the top redundancy where it's like, oh, these are the same fragrance. No, I don't think so. So let me get to the bottom and we will go ahead and get started. Let's see. Terrence, I see you, sir. It's a great frag. Rockboy T's in the house. Svengali, I see you, sir. I see you. Pray for my family, bro. We have a house in Tampa. Oh, shit. So Confused Boat Lake, please. We don't know your actual name. So, guys, I guess just pray for the YouTube profile, Confused Boat Lake's family, because, yeah, it's gonna be fucking terrible. It's absolutely going to be fucking terrible, man. I'm so sorry to hear that. They do have a Fragrance World clone that I've been seeing that Fragrance World has in stock, but I haven't tried it. See, I don't really like Code Absolute, the original, all that much. So like I have zero desire to try a clone. So I appreciate the super chat. I'm just like the worst person to ask. I think it's too cloying of a vanilla tonka bean. I think all the other versions of Code are better. It's literally my least favorite Code that I've ever smelled. Good to see you, sir. 6 a.m. here. What's your biggest disappointment fragrance this year? And what's your biggest surprise this year? Well, we're going to have to hold on because we're 20 minutes in and we haven't even done the first fragrance yet. So Q&A stuff's usually after we get through everything. I was catching it on the way down, but yeah, we're going to have to take time out on that. So, because we need to dive into this because I don't want to do a 2.5 hour live stream. I'm going to do our usual hour and a half. So Chanel Allure Homme Sport Superleggera. I've been eagerly wanting to try this fragrance. I'm glad to finally have a sample. Thank you, Miss Heather, for hooking a brother up. This is a Dillard sample. Shout out to Dillard's in Jacksonville, Florida. Let's see what we're working with here. I've looked at the notes before. I just don't remember them. It smells familiar. Out in the air, smells familiar. Give it a second. It has a familiarity, but a supreme likability. This is as mass appealing gets right here. It's pretty hard to not like something that smells like this. They didn't reinvent the wheel here. It smells like it belongs in the Allure Homme Sport category. Allure Homme I haven't smelled, but Allure Homme Sport, Sport Eau Extreme. Why am I drawing a blank on the Edition Blanche? I've tried the EDP, not the EDT. Cologne Sport. I believe that's all the ones I've tried. It's in line with the bunch. It's a very zesty citrus. Musky, clean, zesty, has that cologne smell to it. You know, again, this is not reinventing the wheel. This is an easy go-to. I'm sure it's got a very high compliment factor. I can see the likability on this one being on par with everything else that's known as a compliment getter. It doesn't wow me, though. It's the done to death type of thing, but it is really good. I'm not saying I wouldn't like to get a bottle. Depends. It depends on what I could get a bottle for. Honestly, and this may be controversial, I think Eau Extreme's better. I think Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme's a little bit better. I'd rather get a bottle of that. I've been procrastinating for years on getting a bottle of that. And then now that I got the Gritty Rebellion, it's a dead ringer for it. So I'm not going to get it. There's no point in buying it. This does smell really good, though. It's clearly a great fragrance. I can't see anybody being disappointed buying it. But I don't feel like I have to add it. That's about the ratings I expected. Citrus, fresh, woody, aquatic, floral, white musk, grapefruit, cedarwood, mandarin orange, patchouli, sandalwood. Olivier Polge, Allure Homme Sport, Missoni Wave, Versace Pour Homme, Aventus Cologne even. And then Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. Even a little Sauvage. That kind of makes sense. Because it does smell like it's got some ambroxan. Whether they list it or not, it smells like it's got ambroxan. That's what's kind of giving it that zest. That high, that, you know, muted ambroxan they're not listing. I think it's really good. It's not reinventing the wheel. If you have all of those, you have something somewhat similar. Or if you have any of those, I should say, not just all of those. But some of us have all, like I literally have Wave, Pour Homme, Aventus Cologne, and Sauvage just out of that list of 6. Because if you have Missoni Wave, you have Allure Homme Sport, they're almost identical. They're not the same. Or if you have Cosmic Pepper, you have a pepper-heavy Allure Homme Sport. And Sarah Cosmic Pepper is very similar. You see what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of redundancy out there for a profile like this. This is not what I think we needed from Chanel. It was a safe play. People are going to like it. People are going to buy it. People are going to enjoy it. They're going to get compliments from it. And if you get compliments from it, you're going to fucking praise it like it's the greatest thing to come out. Tell me you're not. And I don't just mean one person. I mean a lot of you. Me too. Look, if I go wearing this and we go out in the world and 3 or 4 people compliment how I smell, it gives it bonus points. It's just a fact. A fragrance starts getting complimented, it gets bonus points. Fragrance never gets complimented unless you're just wearing it for yourself. If you're wearing it for your own personal experience, you're not concerned with if it ever gets a compliment. But if you're out there fishing for them and you expect it and you don't get them, now it becomes trash, right? It's just the reality for most people. It's not everyone watching this. It's not everyone out in the world. It's just, that's a thing. I know y'all can agree with me on that. That's a thing. This is going to have a high compliment. I think the probability is good on this one. I'm sure a lot of you that have smelled it or have it would agree with it. Probably a lot of you that have it have gotten your fair share of compliments with it. It does smell really good. It does. I will not be buying a bottle. Not now anyways. Like I'm not like, oh shit, need to add this to the collection. It doesn't do that to me. I'd rather get Eau Extreme. And I already have a fragrance that's a dead ringer for it. That's a niche fragrance, Gritty Rebellion. So it's technically have Eau Extreme. And I have half of what people are saying it smells similar to, which there are elements of each of those fragrances present here. So I agree. I think it's a 7.75 out of 10 is my first impressions. Very good, bordering great. I can't quite make it great because it doesn't like captivate me to the point to where it's like, if it had less redundancy to so many things, it would be an easy 8. But that quarter quarter point. I don't know why I couldn't get that out. That quarter point drop off, I think, is fair. 7.75, still very good, bordering great based on my rating scale in particular. Some people may look at 7.75 as, oh, it must be trash if it's not a 9 or a 10. No, 9s and 10s are special here on this channel, guys. Very, very fucking special. And again, it's just my opinion. Some of you may feel like I'm crazy. This is an easy 9 for you. It's a 10 out of 10. All good. I see where people would come to that conclusion, especially if you're out there getting some compliments with it. No two ways about it. It's definitely going to turn into a 10 for a lot of people because of something like that. So citrus, musk, a little spice, watery, fresh, has that cologne smell, that enjoyable, like modernized 90s fragrance. Kind of what it smells like to me. If I was to wrap it up in a bottle here, it's a modernized 90s fragrance because of the ambroxan. That's what it smells like to me. It's really good. It's really good. I'm glad I got to try it first. I was not wanting to boldly blind buy a bottle because I kind of had a feeling this was going to be the case. That's why I have waited and waited and waited until I could just get a sample. Now, would I be mad if I had a bottle? No, because I'd wear it. I'd wear it here and there. I got a ton of redundancy. But if I can avoid it when it's next level like this, I'll make an effort too, especially for the price point. Because we're talking mid to upper 100s. For a fragrance that I got a bunch of. Be different if I could get it for $90. Yeah, I'd definitely buy a bottle. If I get this for $90, I would buy it. Without 90, $100, I'd buy it without hesitation, honestly. Now we start eclipsing 150, 60, 70, 80 range. Do I really need it? I have so much that smells pretty much like it. That's a no. 7.75 though. It's good. Now, let me see who's mad at me for saying that. There's a real probability, not possibility, probability that that's the case. Perfume Addictos, man, I was trying to figure out what that package was I got from Bahara. I could not for the life of me figure out where I got that. And then I saw that one fragrance that you collaborated with them about. It's the 3 fragrances from their Essence line and the one he collaborated on. I was like, oh, that's the package he was sending me. So that's going to be a live stream for Friday. We're going to be doing that. Mango Bliss, I have all of those came in. 3 of them from the Ophidian line, from Paris Corner. I mean, obviously from Paris Corner, from Aroma Concepts. That's going to be a different live stream, or a recorded video, actually. But I appreciate the super chat, my man. I did get the package from my P.O. box. So we'll be doing that on Friday. And you guys know me, just because he's my boy. Honestly, I'd love to give him a hard time. I hope it's something to critique, so I can give him a hard time. It's hard that when it's somebody I'm friends or friendly with and they have a fragrance, it's not that often that they put something out that I could really give them bust their balls on. So I'm confident he put out something really good with him, but sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. When it falls in between, I tell you why I think it falls in between. That's the motto. That's what we're sticking to over here. So good to see you, my man. I appreciate the super chat. Good to see you, Mo. Yeah, man. Lamal, love a great choice for fragrance. Oh, we can definitely do better than that. Come on, man. Let me click refresh. What we got going on over here? 86 likes. We can do better than that. We got 180 viewers. Only 86 likes. Come on, help your boy out if you don't mind. Quick little thumbs up. It goes a longer way than you might think. Only like that. And so I'm guessing that means you're saying you only like this one and Bleu de Chanel Parfum. That's the only Chanels you like. Because really, when it comes to the Allure Homme Sport fragrances, you don't need more than one. I mean, the cologne, it's its own thing. It doesn't smell just like, it's more like a highly complex version of your own cologne. Like, it's way better. It's got a lot more going on. Chanel Allure Homme Sport, Eau Extreme Edition Blanche. You don't really need all of them. If you got one of them, you got the majority of the profile. And that's what I feel like here. Like, I've got so much that does this that that's why I don't think I need it. It's no denying it smells great. Stereotypical mass appealing blue fragrance, though. Kind of basic. Pretty straightforward. I bet the trail's great on this one. I bet it smells great in the trail. I totally believe it. I bet I'm about to have somebody that tells me they get multiple compliments every time they wear it. I totally believe it too. Now that's got something special going on for it. This Superleggera can't touch something like Boss Bottled Absolute to me. Just my opinion, of course. That's phenomenal. Hugo Boss, they've been last couple of years, they've been really doing it up. It was nice. Not sure about buying it though. Very common sort of scent. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's done to death. Yeah, this was the first one. Citrus like a mug. That's what I'm talking about. I heard it was limited too. See, I'm with you on that. I think the O Extreme's the best one. Which this is very similar to, but I think the O Extreme's actually got more going on. I think it's even more likable. Hence why I think it's great. Yeah, absolutely. You could spray this every day and be happy. This is signature scent. If somebody just wants one fragrance that's going to smell good, going to go with everything, people are going to tell you smell nice on occasion at minimum. I'm sure it performs really good too. Oh, I know what you meant. I know you meant best on the line. But yeah, it's signature scent kind of stuff. Marty, good to see you, sir. I am doing well. Yeah, it doesn't like captivate me to where it's like, got to get this one. A little bit. So Missoni Wave's more aquatic and sweeter. Just like Allure Homme Sport. Allure Homme Sport and Missoni Wave are more aquatic and sweeter than this. This is more, I think, more the musky side of it. Yeah, it's not as aquatic, but there's still strong similarity there. I would say Missoni Wave specifically, this is like 70-80% of Missoni Wave's profile. Believe it or not, this smells more chemical, more chemically synthetic than Missoni Wave, as weird as that may sound. And it's probably because of the extra sweetness smooths it out a little bit with Missoni Wave. This is, like I said, this is more like that musky cologne type of smell, like the typical smells like a cologne type of profile, almost like kind of that cologne smell you get from Percival without all the additional spice. You know, Percival's got a heavy spicy musk. This doesn't have all that spice and fruitiness and stuff going on. This is more citrus, watery, clean musk with a little bit of zest. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, for the money, man. That's fair. Totally fair. I get where you come from. Beach Life, good to see you, sir. CK Summer 2023. What's the one fragrance you don't own that you would like to own? That's a great question. I don't know. It's a really good question, though. Probably Eau d'Ombre leather. I'd like to get. I would like to get a bottle. I do like it. Tom Ford Eau d'Ombre leather, the newest release. I'd like to get that, a 50 ml. And I will at some point. I will. Yeah, I've exhausted talking about it at the first 20 minutes of the stream, complaining about the just ridiculousness of the storm. I feel so bad for everybody. Yeah, you can. You definitely can. Like 150 to 200, you can get some high quality shit. You get some really good fragrances. Hell, over 100 opens up a whole new world from discounters. $100 to $200 price range opens up a whole new world where this is too basic for the price point. You know, it smells like it could be a $70, $80 designer. Like a little bit disappointing from Chanel because they went really, really safe. Like, again, it smells great. I just feel like they went too safe. Like, did we need this? I mean, we could say that about a lot of designer releases. I get it. Did we need this? But from them, like, I feel like in this line, it's probably the one I would rank the lowest. I wouldn't rank it over Edition Blanche. I've only tried the EDP. I never tried the EDT. I 100% wouldn't rank it over the Cologne or Eau Extreme. And I don't think I'd rank it over Sport. I've never tried the original. Shame on me. Allure Homme. So I don't know with that one. But I hear it's a classic. So I would assume I would probably feel stronger about that one, than I do with Superleggera. Yeah, Cosmic, for that pepper goes the extra mile for it, for sure. Dude, you don't even need anybody to clone it. You have a fragrance that smells like this. If you have any of these 6, it's similar enough. Does it smell that much like a Ventus cologne? Not really, but there's an argument for some relationship. But like, it's mainly these top 3 and a little bit of Sauvage. But it's mainly these top 3 because these top 3 all tie to this one. These two tie to this one. Superleggera ties to this one. This is Allure Homme Sport. We're talking about Allure Homme Sport Superleggera. It's actually a more simplified version of this, I find. It's personal thoughts, 40 in the morning. Wearing Sauvage Parfum. That's my favorite Sauvage. Great choice. Great choice, Marty. As do I. Because sometimes the wife be like, It's like, I'm not going to go scrub it off. I'm enjoying it. I sprayed it on because I wanted to wear it. Now, if she's like, ooh, you smell great, puts a smile on my face. That's great to know that you like it, baby. But when I wear something that she's not a big fan of, it's like, long as now, if it's something she like hates and thinks smells terrible, I won't wear it around her. But if she's indifferent, if it's one of those, she's like, whatever. If I like it, I like it. I didn't even want to bring it up what I think, because I've been saying for 2.5 years or so now, maybe even 3 years, that we need Bleu de Chanel elixir. And the reason I believe that is I think if they really tried, they could make the best elixir flanker anyone's done with the Bleu de Chanel DNA. I really believe that. Not really. That's way more citrus than this. Yeah, that's way more lemon, orange, black currant. It's fruitier. It's a fruity citrus bomb at the top. That's not as much. Some similarity in the dry down, sure, but the openings are not similar enough. I'd like to see that too. True. Five to 6 is mid, 7 to 8 is good, 8 to 9 is great, 10's elite. That's fair. I like that. Pretty well-rounded ranking system. I like it. Pretty straight up. Designer houses nowadays really up their prices, try to compete with. Well, it's not that. It's if cost of goods go up 10% for them, they feel like they need to give us a 30% increase in price, because they now have an excuse that their cost of materials went up, so they have to charge more. But you don't know what their cost of materials went up, so, and how could you? Because they're not going to tell you. Because brands like that buy at such a high level value that even when there's a price increase on their cost of goods, it's not drastic. It's not high margin differences for them, because they buy at such a bulk of everything, every component, everything. And they're using more synthetic, cheaper oils to keep costs lower. Because like a Chanel Allure Homme Sport Superleggera, that's a couple of dollars. That's not, 70, 80% naturals. And like, to get started with their bottle mold and all the stuff years ago, yeah. But you know how long ago they made up for the money for their mold prices and their trademarks and shit? You know how many decades ago that was that they made that money back on the first release? So, yeah, their profit margins, even when selling it 70, 75, 80% wholesale to retailers, they're still, because of the sheer volume and their margins, the profits are outrageous. Yeah. More power to them. We buy the shit. Chanel, hey, look, they protect the prestige of the brand. You're not finding too many Chanels at discounters. Definitely not Bleu de Chanel or any of the Allure Hommes. Once in a while, you like Joma Shop will carry them, but it's like $10-15 off retail. You're not seeing big mark-offs on that. Yeah, 180 is pretty wild. Jordan, what's going on, my guy? Ladies and gentlemen, the Nigerian giant Omas. Spencer, good to see you, man. Fahrenheit 32. I did a review on that like 4 years ago. It'll be 5 years ago in like January. Make 5 years since I did that review. I had a decant. Hugo Boss Him. I don't think I've ever tried that one. I know you just got here. We were sniffing on Superleggera. I think it's good, but too redundant. Too many other things. I gave it a 7.75. It's pretty good. It smells great. I can see why people would like it. I don't need a bottle though. It smells great. It does smell great. I'm not knocking the scent. Just I don't need it. I don't even want it. I don't want it. No part of me feels like I need to get the bottle. It's unfortunate. Good to see you. Oh no, not as much as you would think, because the EDT is a greener, more melon aquatic type of scent, and the EDP is all about the leather aquatic, dark leather aquatic too. Well, congratulations! I had no idea. Congratulations, my man. You get a soft live stream clap. Everybody tell him congratulations on the newborn. Congrats, my man. Go the clone route. They've really become greedy as of late. I can't argue that. Yeah, this would totally work in the high heat. Very fresh. This aquatic, musky, clean, citrus. Yeah, really good for it. Oh, yeah. Not even close that I would take Mephisto over this. Yeah, no question. No question I would take Xerxoff Mephisto over this. See, I've never tried the OG, but the O Extreme, I think, is the best in the line. Yeah, O Extreme is where it's at. So trying to get to the bottom, and we're going to dive into Tom Ford Black Lacquer. Black Lacquer, actually. Lacquer. So I'm going to skip down a little bit. From their website, thegateparis.com. They're not at discounters. Ombre leather, but ombre leather is my favorite. I mean, yeah, I'd have to argue that too. I really like the Parfum, but it's hard to go against the original EDP. But Eau d'Ombre, I definitely want to get a bottle of. That one, I think, is different enough that I'd like to get a 50 ml. Oh, Gabri would give this like a 2.6. Shout out to Justin's sister-in-law. I think so. Timeless. Everybody should experience Fahrenheit. Absolutely. Contribute to. Oh, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, for sure. Well, you have a great evening, sir. Thank you for coming and join us for a bit. So we made it to the bottom. We're going to dive into the next one. I don't know what to expect because I have not looked at the notes even one time. Tom Ford Black Lacquer. The bottle's gorgeous. They have it in stock for like $190, which is way cheaper than retail. Like $200+ cheaper than retail. In the link below, it's $190 versus like $440 for retail. It's outrageous. But we have a full boxed sample. Again, shout out to Miss Heather for the hookup. Let's give it a spritz on this hand. 2 of these little baby spritzes. It smells taric. Very tar heavy. I'm smelling tar, fresh laid tar out in the air. Makes sense with a name like Black Lacquer. Pine tar? Maybe? Ooh, that's like burnt smoky taric. Ooh. Low wearability, but that doesn't mean it ain't going to be good. That is charred. Oh, shit. This special occasion only right here. I cannot see rocking that with a t-shirt and a hat like I'm doing right now. That is not this kind of fragrance. There's a charm to it, but it does straight up smell like charcoal. Charcoal and tar. And I mean charcoal after the grill is done. Like ashed charcoal that's already been burned. Interesting. Not as crazy over the top as like Zoologist Tyrannosaurus Rex is, because that's crazy resin, scorched earth, burnt everything. That's more challenging than this one. But similar styles. This is not going to be for everybody. I can see some people shitting all over this fragrance. This wearability is super low. Super low. I can't rate this one highly. I just can't, because I don't see a scenario where I'd be like, I'm going to wear Tom Ford Black Lacquer. That's the one tonight. I just don't see that ever for me. Wow. All right. Let's look at these notes. I've never looked at them, so I'm super curious on what created this. I don't know why it did that. I'll bring it back up in a second. I don't know why it pulled it down, but here we go. 7.9 out of 10. So there's some people digging this shit. 105 ratings. Woody, smoky. Yeah, smoky should be number 1. I don't know how they could put it anywhere but the main accord. Smoky, spicy, resinous, synthetic, wood lacquer, frankincense, Macassar wood, which I'm not familiar with, cedar wood, elemi resin, fir needle, styrax, vinyl. That makes sense. Apricot, could have never guessed that. Black peony, black pepper, rum, vetiver. Much more going on in here than I thought. That vinyl mixed with the wood lacquer and the frankincense, all that stuff makes sense. It does. That odd vinyl smell is definitely detectable here. It's very artistic. This is a super artsy type of fragrance. Not going to be for everyone. Not for me. I just don't see a scenario where I would spray this on my neck and go on about my business. I just don't. I have to take that into consideration here. Do I think it's impressive? Back and forth with it. Like, part of for what it is and what they were going for, they nailed it. I think they nailed it here. But it's not a fragrance for me. I don't find it off-putting in any way. It's just not my personality at all. I can sniff on it, no problem. I can appreciate the dark, smoky elements of it. And it is getting a little better as it settles down. I'm very indifferent about this one. I'm a bit torn. Because part of me feels like it does warrant 7 or above. It does. It's not like it's a bad fragrance. It's not at all. Wearability is just really low. Really fucking low for me. 7. I'm going 7. 7 out of 10. It is very good. The situations for me are 0. Non-existent. There's no dressy occasion. There's no evening event where I would pick this over anything else that I would normally wear for said events or situations. There's no scenario where I would pick this. Something that does a taric smokiness like this, but a way better fragrance is something like Overture Man from Amouage, which my wife hates, but I love. It reminds me of the ashy smokiness of that, but it's also boozy, crazy boozy, strong, leathery, animalic, spicy. It's very over the top, but I love it. I appreciate that fragrance a lot. I have worn it. I just can't wear it when I'm around my wife because she can't stand the smell. She ain't gonna like this either. It literally reminds me of charcoals after the barbecue pit's done, after the pit has chilled out, cooled off. Like, I get the woody nuances after I deep dive a little bit, but initially that's all I can get in my mind. So I got to go 7 out of 10 here because it is really good for the style they were going for. But again, 0 wearability for me. Not one scenario where I would want to spray this on. It just is what it is. I hate to not do better. I was really hoping to be blown away by this one. So far, I've been lukewarm with both of these. 2.6 is being generous. Yeah, she does these wild things. 3.2. Gabri's good for ratings like that. Why sell myself and why discovery set for a larger sample of both. All right. Which one? It's worth trying. If you're talking about Ford Black Lacquer, it's worth trying, especially if you can go and get a sample for free and not have to pay for it. Go to Neiman's or something. Dillard's has them. Sephora, maybe you can catch a sample. It's nice. I have nothing against the profile. I would never wear it. I would never wear it. That's got to be considered. I have no issue smelling. It smells good. Just no scenario that I would want to spray it on and go on about my day. To sniff on for an experience on one spray on the hand, sure. But 3, 4, 5 sprays around the neck and I'm going out in the world, it ain't me. This ain't me. Well, depends on how you feel about the fragrance. They might be back to it. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of people that probably would really enjoy this. StreamYard. Same ones every time anybody else has ever asked, which I'm confident you've asked me before. FatBoyFragrance.com, Decan X, Decan House, Scent Split, Scent Door, all the usual culprits that you've heard from everyone else around the internet, my man. Nobody's better than anyone else, I don't think. Yeah, if you're used to more mass appealing stuff, you probably won't like this. You never know. But A little bit of a challenge. A little bit. That looks really good. I saw that on iFragrance. Something Dracula would wear. That's kind of fair. It's got a gothic feel to it. Black is definitely the color for this one. They named it appropriately. When all of the stuff gets here, it's coming in 3 packages, and only 1 package came so far. For those of you that didn't know, the only thing Tucker Huff ever asked me ever on any video at all times is about hats between the 2 channels. He's clearly like very into hats. So shout outs to you, my fellow hat head. Because, yeah, I've never seen a comment from him that wasn't about hats, because he likes those videos for the collections and stuff. Because I did the Crucial Catch collection. And I have the beanie and 3 of the hats that came in so far. Neither of the t-shirts, the hoodie, either of the hoodies, and I think I'm still missing 1 more hat, have come in. It's coming across 3 packages. It's ridiculous. And that package came like a week ago, and I'm still waiting on the other 2. It's ridiculous. It's like they haven't even shipped. Sorry about that. That's fair. Just wish it had better performance. That's okay. If you're wearing it for a date, do you need more than 5 hours, 6 hours? What kind of dates you going on there, pimpin'? I don't know the equivalent. Like, I'll tell you what I told George Atkinson this morning when he hit me with 200 kilometers per hour. I said, what in non-European fuck language is that equivalent to? So in this case, it would be USD. Because outside of my own currency and metrics and all that other stuff, I'm not familiar with the off the top of my head what it would be. They're a fragrance buy. I think only one of them is not in stock. On this, she ain't gonna care about this. That's better. Noir Absolute. That's better. That's got a charred smell, but that caramel and the fougere DNA is there still. That's special. I wore that for Christmas this last Christmas. That's special. That's way better than this. I think, anyways. It's way better. I don't know. That's a great question. How are you, sir? Had to walk away. Tom Ford Black Lacquer, and it smells. It's nice for what it is. It's just 0 wearability for me. I gave it a 7. You know, good to see you, Jason. I mean, Blue Heart. Oh God, yeah, way more. Leather Tobacco's way better than this. After all the stuff you shit on in y'all overhyped live stream, all the good fragrances, really good fragrances, you think this is fucking get up off my channel, Jason. Get out of here. Leave. Bye. Go. Fuck's wrong with you, Jason? Now, for those of you that are going to take that serious, he knows I'm joking because we're friends, because people like clip stuff and like, look, he's such a dick. It's my boy. I'm just fucking with him. So how do you think this is fire? But he's shit on Blue Talisman, Vanilla Oud, Seraphine Blue. Shits on all these fragrances. They're overhyped. And Blue Electrique. Let me know on Blue Electrique. That's another one he shit on. What else did he shit on recently? But this hard to wear, charcoal smelling fucking fragrance is fire. What? What? Come again? Squeeze me? I guess I'm supposed to say pause. Yeah, fresh laid tar was my initial thought on that one. Barbecue nights. Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, here's the question you have to ask yourself. Do you like powdery fragrances? Because for a blue fragrance, it is powdery. The tonka bean and lavender combo. It's not soapy. It's more on the powdery sweet side. You have some spice, some citrus and stuff like that. But do you like powdery is the question. Because I'd say moderately powdery. No. I never said I was. It's not hitting us. It's going to be sunshine. We have no projected rain. No, I am not. No, sir, I have not. Hot day in Utah. Flirting with vanilla. I'm indoors, not killing anyone. I've never tried that one. Yeah, it's like $4.40 retail or something like that for Tom Ford Black Lacquer. It's wild. It's $190. If for any of you that think it's fire like Jason, it's $190 from a fragrance buy. I don't know. I think interlude band's more interesting. There's more nuance to it. Go for it. Go for it. You're not a moderator, first and foremost. And secondly, a moderator can't block the owner of the channel, which, again, you're not a mod. I'm telling you, Dedrick ever gives me admin privileges on his channel, you out of there. You it's over for you. Gritty Supernova getting delivered this week. So that is a slightly greener Ganymede. I prefer it to Ganymede, honestly. Super metallic and green and woodsy. It's really good. It's really good. I'm waiting on the weather to cool down just a little bit more so I can get that one in the rotation. So did half the fragrances you said were overhyped that I just mentioned. So how are those 8.5s not fire emojis, but Tom Ford Black Lacquer is fire emojis? Jason, you don't make any fucking sense whatsoever, sir. I wish Dedrick was here right now so we could tag team this bullshit. Secretly loves vanilla oud blue electric is guilty pleasure. I think he sold his bottle of blue electric after the live stream. Well, you can't have and don't want kind of taste. Yeah, there you go. Bullshit. You gave one of them an 8 and one of them an 8.5. Don't you sit here and go lying. I watched that live stream and I was giving you and Jim's a hard time the whole way through. And y'all was shitting on all the fragrances I like. And you have the nerve to come to my home, sir, and tell me that this is better than all of those. Fire emojis. Dared to put fire emojis. Unbelievable. Blasphemy, sir. Blasphemy. You're still my favorite realtor in the state of Florida. Speaking of, you're going to be impacted. Y'all took off? Are you like elsewhere right now? Seriously? I don't need to. I was present. I was present, sir. Doing roll call. Ross, here. I was present. I love Jason. I love Jason. That's why it's sad that I got to be, all right, assholes that are going to clip this. I'm playing. He's my boy. He's laughing. This is what we do in live streams. Whether one of us is on screen or the other's in the chat or we're both in the chat, this is what me and Jason do. We give each other a hard time. You're hunkering down? Hey, ballsy. Big cojones right there, boy. That's crazy. You wild, man. Well, you gave this fire emojis. Why am I surprised you wild like that? Seriously, I hope you're safe. I hope you're safe, my man. So with that said, I'm sorry about the cough. I can't get rid of this cough. Ever since I went to Louisiana gave me a cough. All right. I'm thinking Extreme Leather from Montblanc. Be the next one. Let's give it a shot. Again, shout out to Miss Heather for providing the content. Some new releases. 3 sprays on the lion's face. So again, I think 3 of the 4, which I only have 3 of the 4 here, are in stock from Fragrance Buy for $88 right now. That is like luxury leather goods. There's an astringence to it and a fruitiness. It's not spicy like Tuscan leather, but like there's elements of Tuscan leather. It's got this fruity, leathery, brown leather smell, but it doesn't have all of the spice. It's almost like a less aggressive, more friendly version. That makes sense. Oh, I like this. This is the best thing I've smelled so far in this live stream. This is hands down the best fragrance I've smelled so far. This one's going to be above an 8. I'm just give you a heads up now. I like what I'm smelling here. Okay, Montblanc. Okay, and I like the way the new bottles look in pictures. I'm assuming in hand they were pretty good. They're on to something here. Might be getting this one. Okay, let's look at the notes on this one. Seven out of 10, 23 rating. Spicy. It's not as spicy as it's saying. Iris, that's what I'm smelling. Okay. That's what it is. Shit. All right. Saffiano? Is that some kind of saffron molecule? Because it's leathery, so I'm thinking that's what it would be. It's not as spicy as you may think by seeing that as the main accord. A little bit, but not like Tuscan leather is, but it does remind me of Tuscan leather. Sweet floral synthetic. Yeah, for sure. Nobody said Tuscan leather yet. Give it time. People will. It's not as powdery as you would think. It's more of a sweet iris floral musk kind of thing going on here. I wouldn't call it natural iris. It's not earthy. This is clearly not Florentine iris. But it's not over the top powdery. Like at all. No powder that I get. A little bit. It was getting a little bit. So I'm speaking too soon. It is the opening. As it dries, it might get more powdery. Who's texting me? I know. I just said that. Jason's texting me. See, we're friends. He's got my cell phone number. I thought they were 88. They're 85. Okay. Good to know. So 85, according to Mr. Jason Bircher, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man, this one's good. I'm probably going to buy this one. Yeah, it's like 8.5. And I haven't even given it time to develop at all. Montblanc Extreme Leather is the one so far. This is of the three I've smelled so far, it's the best one, which is crazy to me. I've smelled a new Chanel, a new Tom Ford, and I'm like, yep, the $80 Montblanc fragrance is the one. I feel like it's a very, very wearable leather. Safe play. It's not over the top heavy iris, but it's noticeable. It's not aggressive leather, but it's got a little bit of an edge to it. This is a good release for them. I hope more than just me likes this one, but yeah, this is the one I would want to get a bottle of. If it's still in stock for my next haul from them, definitely getting a bottle. 100%. 8.5 out of 10. As simple as those notes look, as simple as it smells. Those accords are all, I would agree. I would put spicy like third or fourth, though. I wouldn't have it as the main one. Maybe when the dry down's really spicy, maybe, because the opening's not super spicy. It's just a little bit. I would call it leather floral synthetic sweet, or maybe leathery floral sweet spicy synthetic. That's the way I would arrange them. Oh, man, this is a good one. Yeah. Thank you, Miss Heather. Shit. Yeah, that's the one to beat right there. Scroll down. Jason is indeed a realtor, commercial and residential. Sindel Vetiver. Not familiar with that one. I'm going to wear vanilla oud for my hurricane. Shut up. Or as Josh likes to call it, Band-Aids covered in brown sugar and set on fire. And crazy enough, I get what he means. I can relate to that scent profile. Because that's what Josh says it smells like. For all of you who don't know who Josh, I'm talking about Elroy Prepson, that Josh, who I don't know if he's here or not. So again, I use StreamYard. I answered you the first time you asked. Bodybuilding's going along fine. Literally before this, I had my fourth meal. 140 grams of jasmine rice, 170 grams of 97% lean ground turkey with 15 grams of coconut oil. It was as yummy as it could be. It's bad without the coconut oil. Thank God for the coconut oil. Come on now. So that's one of the ones. Yeah, don't say nothing yet, because that's one of the ones. We'll do that one next, actually. It's right here. We'll do that one next. And I got Pachuli Inc. That's the 3 of the 4 that I have. New leather smell or old baseball glove? I think new leather. New leather goods, not old, not a worn-in baseball glove. Really? It is getting better, but it's still it's not highly wearable for me. I agree with extreme leather being the best of the 4. Well, I haven't tried all of them yet. It's just like when I say that of the 3 I've tried in this live stream, it was Ford Black Lacquer, Allure Homme Sport, Superleggera, and extreme leather. That's the 3 I've tried so far. Of fragrances in general, not just the 3 Montblancs. The 3 Montblancs I'm all doing in a row, and extreme leather was the first one. So I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Oh, man, that's such a good one. That's such a good one. So fresh, so enjoyable. Let's see, Sensei, what are your favorite tobacco? Okay, so let's go right on into it. Next in line, let me see if I can pronounce this right. Meisterstuck, because it's got the double dots over the U. Meisterstuck. I don't know. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. I couldn't tell you. I'll go ahead and just take my watch off. Get it out the way for now. 2 good sprays. I don't know what to. I've never looked at the notes. I have no clue what it's got black in the name, so I'm guessing it's a dark fragrance. Outside of that, I have no clue what to expect here. Sensual Vetiver. Okay, from Mancera. Typo. Shit happens. I'm not going to say what I just thought yet. Let me give it a second. I'm going to say what I thought. Nail polish was the first thing I thought in the opening, but it could just be that initial blast with the alcohol doing that. Let me give it a moment because I thought nail polish immediately. And that's no bueno if that's the case. Paint and nail polish. Not an opening for me so far. I have high hope for Pachuli Inc. I like good patchouli fragrances. The quality is definitely good on these fragrances. There's no denying that. It's definitely better than your typical Montblanc stuff. Yeah, Pachuli Inc's the next one. That's the 3rd one that I have. I don't know. I don't even know the name of the 4th one that I'm missing. I didn't look. It's all good. No worries, man. No worries. Maybe for another time. That's something I'd have to give some thought to. No, hell no. They're normally super mass appealing and very synthetic. I would assume it's going to get better in the dry down. This opening is not for me, though. I'm trying to just keep it away from me for now and give it a minute. Good to see you, Danielle. Never tried it. Never tried it. Hope you're enjoying it, though. Went from a high back to a low. A lot of disappointments in this one for me. Like they're good. This one I don't find good personally. The first 2 were still good fragrances. Just didn't like captivate me. They didn't bring a special feeling out or anything like that. They didn't make me happy to smell. Whereas Extreme Leather from Montblanc did. It did its job. It understood the assignment. Make Ross happy. So we got 1 for 4 that understood the assignment of what we're trying to do here. I get paint and nail polish, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Beardson. That's just, I'm assuming it'll continue to change, but so far, no good. It's got decent rating. Spicy, resinous, woody, smoky, sweet. Got frankincense, ambro, fix, and vetiver. That note breakdown looks like I would love it, but in practice, no. Definitely a no. I don't like it. I'm about to give it a bad rating. I'm trying to give it a minute. Give it a chance to redeem itself. Give it another moment. Let's check some more comments. So the funniest part about this is you clearly subscribed for at least 2 weeks. Was it just to say dumb troll comments? Because I've never seen the profile before. We'll give him a chance. Just the vetiver fragrance. None of the other ones. Monarch Tobacco Vanilla through your recommendation. Monarch. Oh, yeah, the one that smells like red tobacco. Yeah, it's basically red tobacco with a lot of vanilla. It's really good. It's only like $15. Dry down's where it's at. Yeah, it's a lot of vanilla. The vetiver one reminded me of tequila. That's the one I don't have, is the vetiver one. I wouldn't buy it, but it smelled okay in dry down. Okay, so that's kind of off-putting. It's like a 4. I think I'm being nice. I don't like it. I don't like it. This ain't it. Montblanc, it's a miss. This is a miss for me. Montblanc missed on this one, I think. I mean, more power to those that do like it. I don't even know if I can make it to the dry down. I don't like it. I don't like going back to it. Black Meisterstuck, or however you say it. 4 out of 10. Again, I think I'm being nice with 4 out of 10. This ain't it. I don't like it. I'd take everything else we've smelled here over it easily. So far, one really good, one really bad. Extreme Leather, I want a bottle. Just scroll back a little bit. It's a sweet iris and musk, little touch of powder, slight spice, like Tuscan leather type of leather. But this one we just smelled, smells like paint and like a fresh gallon of paint being opened and nail polish. Probably. That's probably why the juice color is black, or they painted the inside of the glass black. It happens. I can't like everything. Contrary to belief that people think I like everything. Good to see you, sir. Allure Homme Sport. Nice almond aquatic. Jason, sir, while you're hunkering down from the storm, we don't need to know about you getting your cheeks clapped. You keep that to yourself, sir. We don't need to know that information. Some private information should maintain privacy. Just keep it to yourself. You know, more power to you. No shade. Just we don't need to know about you getting your cheeks clapped, sir. So with that said, we are trying Pachuli Inc. The gentleman who's getting his cheeks clapped is very interested in this one. Pretty much everybody that says cheeks to me in a comment, that's what I say. Oh, you're getting your cheeks clapped. All right, cool. More power to you. Got a dude real pissed off. The first dude I did that to, he got so fucking mad. DM me some shit. He got so fucking mad. Ooh, okay, we're on to something here. This is the most interesting one of the three. Easily the most interesting one. Because the extreme leather is way more like easygoing than you would think. This is inky, so the name is very fitting. Definitely an inky profile. Dark ink smell. The patchouli's on the creamy, somewhat chocolatey side, just a little bit, but it's creamy. It's very like damp, moist patchouli smell. What else is that? It's a specific, like a dark wood. Is that like an ebony wood? Curious now. Is that an ebony wood? Which one is it? Let's see. This is the one I don't have. No, so it's the orange juice. Pachuli Inc. Spicy resinous, fresh, earthy, sweet. Bergamot ink patchouli. Smells like some kind of like dark ebony wood or something. Ink clear as day. Yeah, for sure. Ink Accord. Nailed it. Patchouli's on the creamy side, but I'm getting like an ebony wood smell. This one's pretty regal. Like this is good. This is good stuff. This is more situational, but this is like I could see Jason wearing this. I could see why you're interested in this one, Jason. Tell the dude to get off you for a second so you could listen to what I'm saying. I can't even stop from laughing on that one. I think this is one that you would probably enjoy. I think you're going to banquets and stuff like that. That kind of feel, suited and booted. Yeah, this dressy occasion kind of stuff. Definitely a statement maker. And when it says earthy, it's not like a dirtiness. It's more of a darkness than a dirtiness, if that makes sense. This is impressive. This is like an 8 out of 10. This one's impressive. I like this one. I like this one a lot. This one's really good. Am I going to buy a bottle? Probably not. Because again, situationally, I probably won't wear it. Like, I'd rather go for this. This is more fitting. This is a more mass appealing patchouli. Shout out to Spencer for the recommendation. I actually love Soul Patchouli. This is more my kind of patchouli. Whereas in Jason's lifestyle, totally see Pachuli Inc. working more for him than it does for me, because he goes to these more event type situations where he's going to get dressed up more often, way more often than I do. So you should definitely, actually, you can have this sample. I need to send it your way, Jason. You can have this so you can check it out for yourself. Actually, I'll send you all 3 of them and you can check out all 3 of them. Text me your address. It's God knows where in our conversation, but text me your address. I'll send these out to you when I go send the member giveaways out tomorrow. For those that have contacted me, not all the members that won have contacted me yet, but yeah, I'll send it out tomorrow. Well, maybe not a good move. Maybe I'll wait till next week because we have that storm hitting tomorrow. So sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. That's exactly right. While the parfum is the fragrance today, that's how rumors get started. So moving forward, we will not be criticizing, blaspheming, or shaming Mr. Vircher in any way, shape, or form. We had our fun here today, and moving forward, it's all love for Mr. Jason Vircher. Cheek clapping is a sacred secret. Pachuli Inc., I think, is what you meant, huh? Or Pachuli Paris must be a different fragrance then. First, we had Jason, the see-through shirt. Now it's his cheeks. This chat is wild. Ross, I missed you too. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's afternoon shifts. So I have to lose your live stream. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Jeremiah, good to see you, sir. Pray for anyone in West Coast Florida. Yeah, it's going to be bad tomorrow, man. It's going to be really, really bad. Jason's wild ass is hunkering down. So, hush. No, let me send them to you so you can just check it out so you don't have to blind buy it. Because just because I think it would suit you doesn't mean it will. Only you know when you smell it, like, yeah, this is it. Or it could be an overhyped crap 8 out of 10 for you. You know, you never know with you. We'll show Jason that bottle. It depends on what type of earthy. Because patchouli, this Soul Patchouli. Vetiver, I would say Sultan Vetiver for Nishane. Grassy green, very, very good. It's cleaner than you might think. No, because he's in Jacksonville. They're just going to get some rain on the tail end. Like he'll get back end storm surge. The way it's projected to go, it might be a little shit for him, but not like it's going to be for Tampa. No. Taking these patchoulis from, stick with the best, Psychedelic and Pachuli Paris. Excuse me, however you pronounce your name. While I appreciate that, by Guerlain, just been released. Okay. While I appreciate that, that's great that you enjoy them. But we, myself and everyone else here, can spray whatever the actual fuck we want. So thank you for the recommendations. Clearly it's something I need to look into and try. My comments were for before you said no more. It's all good. It's all good. Jason's a good sport. That's what I'm saying. Jason, he takes it in stride. He just talks shit back, you know. While I'm giving him a hard time, he's texting me, hey, the bottles are in stock to $85 in fragrance buy. Freak off approved. See what I'm saying? Jason's a good sport. This is what me and Jason do, is fuck with each other. That is our friendship. We'd like to, you know how you always have that buddy you shit talk with? That's me and Jason, and me and Hidden Gems. That's what we do. Anybody that's close to me, I like to just talk shit and fuck around and joke and stuff like that. That's what I do with my friends. You know, if I do this with you, we're friends. I don't do this to random strangers. That's just dick, you know. Now I may crack a joke, but as far as really giving somebody a hard time, it's the way I show affection to my friends. I'm just joking around. Thanks for coming, Noel. Appreciate you, sir. California stove smells like dump earth. Noted. Watermelon supporter, good to see you. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Sun. That's a great fragrance. Not going live. Well, I guess not. Given the circumstance, I think you have more important things to worry about. That would make sense. Milton has the potential to be as bad as Katrina. I think it's to be worse. It's bigger and currently stronger. That was horrible. Still feel the impact almost 2 decades since. So trust me, I know. I was in Louisiana for Katrina. 45 miles southwest of New Orleans in Houma. And then Rita came right behind. Rita hit us harder than Katrina hit because New Orleans got the New Orleans and all the way to Biloxi caught the brunt of Katrina. So it was the east side of the eye. Caftan by YSL. I've never smelled it. How would you go about looking for one? A few weeks ago, you mentioned to hang out with some of y'all more and not pay retail. But I don't know. Is that in production? I'm not familiar with that fragrance. See what Fragrance Buy's got. I mean, I just take a stab and see if Fragrance Buy has it. They do. Well, is it in stock? It's not in stock. It's usually if they're going to be stocking it quickly, then they'll show a certain date. Like some of the stuff restocked today. They had a restock today. Click notify me. And when they get it in stock, you'll get an email. But yeah, I mean, you can check other places, Fragrance Net. I don't know if Aura Fragrance would have something like that. Max Aroma. You got to check around. Oh yeah, that's just what it is, man. This is a Southern thing for sure. Oh yeah, no, I never did a full review. It's okay. It's nothing special. Well, no worries. Welcome to the live stream. As you can see, we can crack some jokes and cut up and a little bit more uncensored here on the live streams. Oh shit! Then it's not going to be easy to find. Then, if it's discontinued, it is not going to be easy to find. It won't come in stock. Then don't waste your time doing that. Seraphim Red, great choice. Great choice. But I'm just in Arizona where it's 100 half the year. Yeah, your soles of your shoes melt during the summer if you're outside in the concrete too long over there. It's got its own demons to deal with. That's for sure. So we went through all 5. Just to recap, Superleggera, really nice. Not buying it though. It's really nice. The most mass appealing of the 5 that we smelled here today. But it's so redundant. It's typical, stereotypical cologne smelling, musky blue, citrus, watery fresh, shower gel-ish type of thing. Very similar to the Allure Homme Sport meets Sauvage type of profile. Like others said earlier, Eau Extreme's better. I agree. I think Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme's better. But it's solid. High compliment factor kind of thing. You can wear that every day. Black Lacquer, not a fan. I can appreciate the artistry to it, but not a fan. It is getting better. Wearability is going up a little bit. It's getting more woodsy. It's just over the top, like charred, scorched earth, charcoal kind of stuff. Wearability is low. Like I said, I just can't envision a situation where I'd be like, yeah, let me wear that today. That's why it's like, it's a 7 out of 10 because it is very good fragrance. It's still a very good fragrance. It's just not a fragrance for me, Now, these 3 are a different story. This is a mixed bag. I will say easily, where is it at? Extreme Leather. This is the one I'm going to buy. This is the one for me. It's a sweet iris with a soft powder. It's a slightly spicy, somewhat, let me get the focus back, semi-rough and tumble, like Tuscan leather-like leather accord with musk. A little on the sweeter side, like I was saying. Very approachable, very likable. More well-rounded and easy to approach than you may think. I would like to get that. And it's currently in stock from Fragrance Buy. So if it's still in stock, next time I'm buying some fragrances from them, which will be in the next week or 2, I'm sure, I'll grab that. Pachuli Inc. is a very nice fragrance. It's a very earthy, creamy, dark fragrance. Very regal, dressy occasion. Stand out for a refined gentleman, such as Mr. Jason Verger. I think that's who that suits perfectly. And then this smelled like hot garbage. Not literally hot garbage. It smelled like opening a fresh can of paint and unscrewing a fingernail polish bottle. That smell. Combination of the two. That's literally what it smells like to me. No go. I was being nice with 4 out of 10. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Here's maybe shit. That's a pass for me. That was the worst of the bunch. It's not too often you're going to see a sub 5 out of 10 from me. There you go. That ain't it. I appreciate that, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you. I try to keep it light in these live streams. Crack a couple of jokes. Never take anything I'm saying too seriously. Like if I ever crack a joke with you or whatever, I'm just cracking a joke. Please don't take it too seriously. Some people can't handle it. You know, not everybody's for everyone. I get it. I get it. But I like to have some fun in here and pick and joke around and stuff. Keep it light. But I appreciate you coming and hang with us, spend a little bit of time, and hope this was enjoyable for you. For recommendations for each price category, I do stuff like that often. Yearly, I revamp those. I've got plenty of videos. Just got to type in TLTG and budget, the word budget, and you'll see stuff for different budgets, all budgets, videos that fit those categories. Yeah. Because I got, mid 3,000s in videos, like 3,500 videos or something like that. Yeah, for sure. We got a very knowledgeable, active chat here as well. Hey, that's the one I have. I have Chanel Allure Homme Sport Cologne Sport, the old version. That's the one I do have. I've heard Chanel Allure Homme Sport Cologne. You drop one of the colognes out of the name. Is pretty much the same thing from what I've heard, but I haven't tried it to confirm myself. I'm just glad I got the old one. And the citruses haven't spoiled. That's over a decade old. Yeah, for sure. Biloxi disappeared. It leveled Biloxi. There he is. Phillies are getting smoked. I'm pissed. Sin of the day, Labola Parfum, perfect weather, mid-70s. Good to see you, Josh. Your ears must be ringing. We were talking about you about an hour ago. I don't even remember what I said. It wasn't anything bad. I just couldn't remember what it was. Polo Red Parfum, underappreciated for fall. It's a solid fragrance. It's probably my least favorite Polo Red, honestly. But it is solid. There's no bad Polo Blue. There's no bad Polo Red. They're really good. No, sir, she will not be. I'll ask real quick. The entire Givenchy Gentleman line. What are your top 3? So, Gentleman Society Extremes, my number 1. The EDP and Reserve Privé, I think, have to be my 2 and 3. That's kind of tough, too, because Boisé is really good. Gentleman EDT Intense is really good. I literally wore that one last week. Like this is really good, But not all of them can be in the top 3, right? No, sir. No. Probably Boss Bottled Absolute, actually. I think I do like it a little bit more than the Elixir. Pretty much. Yeah. Burnt rubber bands and vanilla. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, about your description of vanilla oud. The Band-Aids covered in brown sugar and set on fire. We were having vanilla oud. TikTok killed me. Arabian's Tonka ain't it. You have Arabian's Tonka and you don't like it? I mean, teach their own. It smells like sugared oud. It's that simple. Sugary oud. It's either you're going to love it or you're going to hate it. And clearly you hate it. I don't think that's an in-between kind of fragrance. Not that I'm aware of. Lieutenant Danning this hurricane, cigar and cocktail talking fragrances. That would be hilarious. Have a good one, John Carlo. We're about to shut it down, too. Good night to you as well. I do not. I've never done that video. I might have to do that. I did not. I talked to Claude yesterday. He did not mention that to me. Good for Gentleman's Nod. Good for Chris. It's obnoxious. I got to try it again. Yeah, the cologne that's like Versace. So there's no such thing as Versace Light Blue Intense. Do you mean Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Intense? Because there's no such thing as Versace Light Blue Intense. That doesn't exist, sir. Yeah, for sure. For sure. We're being fortunate. It's not supposed to hit us. It's supposed to be sunshine the whole time. Jason's hunkering down. We got a big old set of balls on him. Spice Bomb, the original. Hell yeah. I do. I did one about 6 months ago, maybe ish, something like that. Indeed. Have the newest gentleman's nod, and it's perfumed by Claude. All right. Well, good for Chris. Good for Chris, my man. Yeah, those come out. That's similar but not the same. I mean, just roll with that if you like it. I mean, I don't know what you're really looking for here, because if you like that, keep rolling with that. It's like $55 these days. It's not super expensive. I highly recommend it. It's quite good. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and shut it down. So see y'all on the next one. Take care and smell good. Don't forget that like and thumbs up on the way out if you didn't. Thank you, Joel. I sure appreciate that. Thank you guys for hanging with me. We had almost 200 for a little while. We held in the mid to upper 100s for most of us. Still got 133 currently as I'm closing it out. So I appreciate everybody. Thank you, everybody that gave super chats. Jason, thank you for coming, provide some humor and letting me fuck with you a little bit and being a good sport about it. It's always fun to talk some shit with you. I sure appreciate all of you for coming hang. We had a mixed bag with these 5 fragrances. We had some good, we had some shit. We had a little bit in between. So it was a mixed bag for sure. I guess it's a good thing, but you know, I would have rathered them all be great personally. I would have loved to have raved about all of them. That just wasn't the case. There's only one that I plan on getting a bottle of out of all 5, and that's Montblanc Extreme Leather. I quite like that. I'm going to get that. So no live stream tomorrow. I'll be live with Justin over here on this channel on Thursday, talking about fall evening social event situations and our best fragrance recommendations for them. So make sure to tune in for that. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one.